Hello, my beautiful people. I don't know why I just have to make weird faces to get my energy out. It's like, maybe I have a condition that I don't know about. It's fine. Okay. Hello. Hi. I'm so glad you guys are here. Seriously, I do this every time. It's like I'm a child and I'm in front of people and I'm like, oh, I gotta be funny. And then I settle in and then it's like, oh, okay, we're all just cool and we're all normal. But I get here and I'm just twitchy and weird. This is the vibe. Okay. Welcome to Empowered Now. I'm your host, Colette Kati. Join me as we talk all things to uplift, encourage, teach, inspire, and empower you to see your best self, to live your best life, and to thrive wherever you are. Hi! Welcome to, this is the show where we will discuss whatever happens to be in my brain at the moment and things that I've been thinking about and experiencing and what you guys have been thinking about and experiencing, because that's what makes us know that we belong, is that we talk about the stuff that we don't want to talk about. We connect on the things that everybody experiences, but nobody will say. Nobody will say. So I'm going to share an experience with you today that I experienced today that kind of threw me for a loop. But first of all, I have an item of business that's very important. Does this color look bad on me? I need to know. I need you to be my best friend right now. And you know best friends don't lie to each other. You're going to say it like it is. You're going to tell me exactly what you think about this color on me. So if you're not watching this on YouTube, I need to know. So if you could later, after you listen to the episode, can you please go back and at least look at the thumbnail and comment no girl or yes, it's fine or whatever. I need to know the truth from my besties. Please do that for me. Okay, bestie? I need you. This color, this sweater used to be one of my favorites and I thought it was really cute on me when I was tan in the summertime. And I just looked back at myself in the camera and I was like, I don't think this is a good color, but I'm not going to change it because I'm ready to film. And this is more about the content than it is about what I'm wearing. So this is the vibe. But also, if you like it, I don't have a link. Sorry. These pants, though, are super cute. I found these last summer. Anyways, we're distracted. I really want to tell you guys, I want to get real with you about my experience today because it really hit me like a ton of bricks. And I know that there's some of you out there experiencing this exact thing right now. And I see you. And you have been treading water in your life. And sometimes it feels like you're sinking and you can't breathe. Sometimes you get just enough momentum, just enough energy to get your head out of the water and take a breath. And you know what I'm talking about. And if you're getting emotional right now, or if you're thinking, yeah, I definitely feel this way, listen in because I have some really important gems for you today. So my experience. So you're in your life and you're not sure that you even want to be there. You're feeling, it's heavy. This feeling of treading water, like as you imagine it, as you embody it, and you feel it, like that emotional treading of water is a real thing where it's not just burnout. It's not just there's so much to do. It's deeper than that. It's this insatiable, perpetual feeling of why can't I just get on top? Why can't I just breathe? why does life feel so hard? Why is it so scary? Why do I feel so heavy? Why do I feel so unsupported? It's like you're working so hard just to get a little bit of peace or self-worth, or just breathe, to take a deep breath in fully and feel settled in this moment. I don't know if that even resonates, but I felt that way. And I had an experience today that really reminded me of that time in my life. And I know I've talked about it before. So I was at a Zumba class today. And Zumba's so heavy. It's so hard. It makes me feel like I'm treading water. No, just kidding. I love Zumba. It actually lights me up. It's just a fun way to shake off some energy, to dance, to get into my playful, abundant manifestation mama mode, is to let go and dance. It's one of my favorite things. And I was in Zumba today with Stacey. I love Stacey. Hi, Stacey, if you're watching. I showed up a little bit late, per the usual, working on that still. It's okay. I fiercely honor myself, and I witness that this is a thing. Also, what was I saying? So I'm in Zumba class. So much fun. I'm feeling like, oh, I've been lifting weights lately. I feel like confident. I'm feeling like, oh, I remember some of these dances. Some of them were new, and that was exciting. Didn't have to feel stupid because Stacey makes it really fun and simplified, so it's not too bad. Anyways, it was a great time. And the last song, when she starts into the cool down, a song came on the stereo, and I felt my energy just like lift and expand, because it was a song that I listened to several years ago when I was really struggling. And it's one that I love to sing. I love to try to belt it out, even though those high notes sometimes really get me. But I just was like, oh yeah, I love this song. This song feels so good. And as I'm cooling down, feeling the song, stretching, it was just a great moment, right? So I had to leave a little bit early, so I snuck out and went in my car, and I decided to listen to that song again because I loved it so much and I hadn't heard it for a long time. And I start playing the song, and I have a visceral reaction in my body where tears just start coming. And it's almost like, see, it's happening right now. It's almost like this, my brain wasn't necessarily thinking of anything in particular. It was like my body remembered what it was like to feel so low, that I felt like I'm treading water and I just want to get my head above water. The song is Avril Lavigne's song, Head Above Water, where she's singing, God, keep my head above water. And she's pleading to keep her head above water because it's so hard. Life is so heavy. And I know that her experience was, she was actually had a life-threatening illness, or I can't remember what it was, but she was experiencing this very real feeling of treading water and feeling like she's going to go down at any minute, but just keep my head above water, please. Like, that's all I need right now to get to the next moment, to just survive what I'm in right now and get to the next moment. Please just keep my head above water. And I remember feeling that way so many times throughout my journey and I know I've talked to you about feeling so low and actually feeling this state where it was so hard to even imagine that it would go away, that this despair and loneliness and low self-worth would actually be better someday. I couldn't see it. I didn't really understand what could happen to make everything be fixed. And I remember feeling so heavy in those moments that I would just ask my higher power. I would ask God, please just keep my head above water. Like, that's what I need. That's all I need. Just help me in this next moment, because I really don't know if I can make it. And I know you feel me. I know you get it. You might be feeling it right now in your life. You know, you might be going about the day-to-day things that you need to do. And in your quiet moments, you're trying to take a deep breath and get through. What's the next moment going to look like? Am I going to be able to pay my bills? Am I going to survive this breakup or this breakdown? Am I going to survive this diagnosis? Am I going to make it through this next week, this next day, this next hour? Can I do it? And how can I do it? Please help me. Yes, you've been there. And I know that for me, this moment, when my body felt the reaction of this song, it was kind of funny in the moment, but like my brain was like, whoa, body, you're just sobbing, like ugly cry. I was like, okay, well, I'm crying. I'm going to drive. And I'm driving and I'm like, I'm ugly crying right now. And I'll tell you the feeling that I had in my bones it was almost like I was transported into that moment of feeling this intense, deep despair, not knowing if I'm going to make it. Hearing this song, it was like I was back with her, that version of me, knowing what I know now and being where I am now with this space where I am so grateful for my life. I have full, I don't even know how to describe it, but I am exactly where I wanted to be. The place that I couldn't even imagine, where I was free from that pain. I feel there now, where that pain that was so heavy is gone. And this experience matters so much to me because I feel like through my experiences, when I couldn't see that there was any God there that was helping me, I couldn't really see it. I didn't have any evidence in my current reality to show me that things were going to be okay. I just kept believing. And even in my moments when the belief would leave me, I kept choosing, okay, well, what other choice do I have? I'm going to keep trying. I'm going to keep taking steps forward to choose my own growth and my own healing. And even though I couldn't see it, today I experienced that full circle moment of knowing all of the stuff, all of the steps, all of the hours and minutes from then to now. I'm not just keeping my head above water anymore. I don't even want to say it because I feel like I'll get crap for it, but I'll just say this. The universe has your back. The universe always has your back. The universal truth in this, and what I really want and hope that it will give you hope, is that the universe has your back. God, source, energy, whatever you believe in, God has your back. That there are unseen things happening for you. That the universe is always showing up, it's responding, it's listening. There's an all-knowing presence that is, it's holding you in this space. And I know right now it's hard to show up for yourself. It's hard to keep showing up and trust that things are going to be better, or that check's going to come in, or that sickness is going to heal, or whatever it is that you're afraid and that you're drowning in. You're being held. And I know for myself that it wasn't one big dramatic thing that got me here from there. It was the everyday little choices that I made to keep going. In this moment, I'm ugly crying, and I'm having this visceral experience of intense joy and gratitude, as well as totally witnessing that past version of myself and everything that she was feeling. It was like the universe, or God, my God, gave me this beautiful moment to experience both things at the same time. And so I'm crying and I'm laughing and I'm like deeply in my gut just feeling this reaction of, I'm here. And I'm so grateful. I'm so grateful that I'm here. And that I kept choosing every day to believe in myself, to believe that it was possible, to believe that somewhere, somehow, there was a better version of me coming to fruition. There was a more healed, more happy, more aligned, more energetic, more alive version of me that wasn't just treading water, but she was walking on water. She is owning her power and walking on water. And this is available to you too. And when I look back and I think, how did I get here? When I think of how I got here, it wasn't one big moment. It wasn't one big dramatic thing or, thing sent from heaven that was just like, here it is, which is what would be amazing. I think so often that's what we're hoping for. It's what we're praying for. Like, can we just win the lottery? Can we just have this pain go away? And it doesn't work like that. And I'm here to tell you, it doesn't work like that, but it is worth it, because that growth and that transformation that you will experience along the way as you continue to choose to believe in yourself is going to be so priceless. It will be so much sweeter than if it was handed to you, than if you were to win the lottery. I know you're thinking, Colette, are you sure? Yes, I am 1000% sure. The version of you that is evolving, the version of you that is in the cocoon and it is marinating and it is growing. I know it doesn't feel pretty, but I promise you, you are being created into something powerful. This topic is so close to my heart because I never thought that I would be able to be here from where I was. And I know it wasn't a big dramatic thing. It was all the little things, all the consistent choices that I decided to make to continue to choose myself, which I have now formed into what I call my everyday freedom formula. It's a method that I learned for myself and experienced for myself of witnessing who I am, fiercely honoring the truth of who I am, all of it, the good, the bad, the ugly, the scary, the parts of me that feel small, being able to witness every part of myself, and then making moves in life as the real me. I feel like I'm getting intense. Do you guys feel like I'm intense? I was just telling my editor that I feel like sometimes I get, oh, that was a weird noise. Are we good? I feel like I get in this intense energy of like, yes, you guys can do it, and blah, blah, blah. I don't know if it's helpful or if I'm just, it's like I lose my words because my passion is so, oh, anyways, cried like a baby today. It was pretty cleansing, pretty great. I integrated with my past self. It was a whole vibe, okay? But what came from it? What I want to share with you today is some of the steps that I took to get from where I was to where I am today. And it's a whole journey. As we always talk about, life is a journey. It's about the journey. And sometimes when you're in the middle of the journey, you're like, I don't want this anymore. This is way too hard. Okay, one of the key principles that I used and that I learned through a lot of practice is what I now call my everyday freedom formula. It is a method and a powerful way to every day continue to choose yourself, to choose to believe in yourself, to move forward, not from a place of perfectionism or performing or people pleasing, but from a place of true self-love and authentic growth. It's not easy. It is not easy. But the first step, and one that I think is really hard to do when you have been stuck in a pattern where you're not witnessing yourself. And that's the first one. It's witness yourself. Be the one. Be the best friend that's willing to look honestly and to see you in all of your glory. And by the way, most of the time, we're afraid to look. We're afraid that if we slow down, that if we get still, there's something we'll find that is somehow unworthy. That we'll somehow find out that we're not that great, that we're frauds, that we're imposters in life. That if we slow down and we get still, that somehow we're going to find out the worst thing, that somehow everybody else deserves greatness, but we just can't cut it. It's just not in the stars for us. But that's bullshit. It's simply not true. And you might even believe that in your head. But if you slow down and start to witness yourself and you get uncomfortable, that's a sign that there's still a belief in there that you're not worthy, that you're not enough. And that's where we start. We start by witnessing every part of ourselves. And I'll tell you in real life what that actually looks like. When I was in my dark night of the soul, I will call it the dark night. This was my dark night moment. It lasted a little while, but it was the dark night. When I was there, life feels so heavy and so confusing and so lonely that it can be really difficult to come out of it, to take action in your life. There's no button in here that says do, because there's this freeze or am I making sense? I don't even know. It's okay. Witness yourself. Witness this moment. You're trying to share something super vulnerable and you don't know if it's coming across, and it's okay. And you know that there's haters sometimes, and you really don't care about that though. But you also know that there's people struggling and you want them to know that you get it and that it's going to be better and that there's a way out. That's simple. Okay, keep going. But what if it's the opposite? What if you actually discovered when you got still and quiet that you're just as worthy as the next person to be loved? Like that person that you love so much in your world that you would do anything for, you are equally as worthy of such wonderful treatment and love. No matter what you've done, no matter where you've been, no matter what you've been told or how you've been treated, you deserve to be seen and witnessed and loved. And so that's what you start with. You're wanting somebody else to do it. You're wanting somebody else to validate you and to tell you that you're enough and that you're okay and that you deserve love and that you are now loved. You're waiting for that. Stop waiting. This is the chance for you to witness fully yourself and your light. And if you don't see light, it's okay. Witness the dark. See what's there. Just sit with it. And I know this is a very out there kind of idea, so I just want to ground it with an experience of witnessing. So I have been in recovery in many different forms. So I have my therapist, I have coaches, but I've also been in 12-step recovery groups for addiction and for being a family of somebody who has had addiction. And those rooms are so freaking powerful, you guys. If you ever get the chance to experience and witness this type of space, it is like you are so witnessed in those rooms because everybody is suffering and struggling, but also there is this energy and aura of full acceptance, and it allows you to fully be witnessed. And one of the things, the tools that I have used in recovery is to to fully write out your fears. You write out all those little things that you don't think about or that you're trying to stuff away or push away. That's the kind of stuff that you're witnessing. You're realizing about yourself. You're exploring. You're getting curious. You're not trying to push it away anymore. You're just getting curious. Because often we have this idea that if we're to take the blanket off, that we're going to see this terrible, ugly thing. But instead of being afraid, we go into it with curiosity, knowing and trusting that my God has got my back. I'm going to be held in this space. Whatever I find here, I'm going to be okay. And so we go into this everyday freedom formula with that same idea. Whatever I find here, it's going to be okay. I might not fully believe that yet, but I'm willing to test it out. I'm willing to get curious about it. One practical example of witnessing yourself fully is one that I think it took me a long time to really grasp this, but being able to acknowledge what I'm actually feeling. Sounds simple, right? But how often do you go throughout your day and maybe there's a feeling that comes up and maybe you don't even make a judgment about it. Maybe it's just a feeling and you're like, nope, don't want to feel it, pushing it down. That's when we're not witnessing ourselves. So witnessing, being able to acknowledge, I am not okay. I'm actually not fine. Because I can think of so many days where you have a conversation with somebody in passing. How you doing? Oh, I'm fine. And I got to the point where I started to do this process of witnessing myself and, doing this freedom formula process that I didn't know was this at the time. And I didn't call it this, but I stopped saying that because I realized I'm not fine. And it doesn't mean that you have to tell everybody everything about your life or that you're, oh, do you want to hear my whole sob story? And I think that's why we don't want to burden people with our problems, but there's something about being the witnesser of yourself that makes it okay to own, oh, I'm actually not okay. But thanks for asking. And there's different ways of saying things to people, but I got to this point where I wouldn't I would be like, well, life's a shit show, but we're doing our best. Like that's a way of saying like, I'm not actually fine. And I know I get it sometimes. If you're in passing with somebody, you don't want to start a conversation, but at least know that you're choosing to say that you're doing okay when you know you're not. Like at least acknowledge that within yourself. And I'm trying to remember, I used to get really creative with my responses to people when I was really going through some crap. And be like, oh, how are you? Be like, yeah, just one day at a time, living my life, trying to figure things out. Like I would have different responses that to me felt like I'm not opening this up for discussion, but I'm also not denying my reality. And I'm not going to deny it to you just because I'm trying to be polite. I decided to be the witnesser of who I am. And then you learn to fiercely honor what you find. Like being able to acknowledge where you're at truthfully, without any fluff, without any sparkles, and trying to poof some positive on it. You're just witnessing, this is where I'm at. And that's the way it is. I'm not trying to fix it. I'm not judging it. Just noticing and being the witnesser of it. And when you can allow yourself space to do that, so many things start to happen. So many things. And it's a simple thing. You don't even have to acknowledge it to other people, but when you start to witness yourself fully as yourself, in your feelings, in your energy, in your actions, you stop honoring lies and you start honoring what's true. You also start to teach yourself that those lies and fearful things that you believed might not actually be true. Like that belief that if I am to show my real self, I might not be accepted or I might not be good enough. You start to see, oh, I'm just me and I'm witnessing myself in all of my human experience, and I'm actually okay. You start to debunk and shed the facade and the lies that you've been telling yourself. And you realize that scary monster that was under your bed this whole time that you thought you needed to keep covered, like, oh no, it's so scary. I need to keep covered. I need to keep the lights on. So scary. It's not a monster at all. In fact, it might be the most beautiful soul creature that is meant to guide you on your journey. Listen to me. Witness yourself. Be willing to be curious. Be willing to just see. You don't have to do anything yet, but just be willing to see yourself. And then when you move into fiercely honoring what you find. And by honoring, it just means you're not going, like I said, in a conversation, you're not going to lie to yourself anymore. So you're not going to show up as the person that is stuffing feelings. So I know this is kind of a nutshell of the Everyday Freedom Formula, but the last part that really rounds these things out is to start making moves as the real you. You start taking actions. And I call this the Everyday Freedom Formula because it can show up in a moment. You witness yourself. You witness the emotion. You witness your real feelings about something. You don't have to do anything about it. You don't have to go and blow up the world. You just witness it. And then you learn to fiercely honor it. You be with it. And you start making choices that honor that part of you. So if you're like, let's take the last episode, for instance. If you're burnt out, witness that first. Witness, oh, I'm taking over responsibility. Or even just, I'm tired. I witness that I am truly tired and that maybe I haven't been choosing myself. Maybe I haven't been honoring that voice inside that says, sit down and rest, or get a drink of water, or I would really love a good meal, or I would really love to exercise today. You just listen to that part of you, and then you start to listen and take action. You fiercely honor it. Like, I see you. Then you start making moves from that place, and that's when life gets to be really good. Okay. I feel like this episode went in this direction and then that direction, and I don't know if there's a concrete form to this. But the bottom line is I just really was feeling this energy of seeing that past version of myself, knowing where I am today, and getting to experience what that feels like to have a full circle moment. So if you are drowning in your life, if you're treading water, please know that you're not alone. Please know that life does get to be better. And by the way, I do have private coaching spots open right now. It's a 6-month program. So spots don't come available very often, but I have some available now. If you are interested, they are by application only. And I only take a few clients at a time. Because, life gets really busy and full. So if you're interested, if this is calling to you, if you are tired of treading water, if you are tired of trying to get a breath in your life, think about where you're going to be in 3 months from now or 4 months from now if nothing changes. Can you stomach that? If you can't stomach living where you're at for another 4 months, please apply for my coaching program. You deserve it. You deserve it. You deserve it. And I don't take that walking on water reference very lightly. I truly believe that God had my back and that still has my back. That God taught me and showed me how to walk on water in my own life. So hang in there. That is available to you too, but you've got to keep believing in yourself and you've got to fight for it. It doesn't come easy. Nobody's going to come and hand you the answers and make everything go away or everything perfect. Like poof, everything's fine now. There's no genie. There's no magic. It's just consistent believing in yourself, witnessing yourself, fiercely honoring what you witness, and then making moves as your real self. It's simple. And when you choose it every day, life will change. And I am the witnesser of that. I love you guys. See you next time. Thanks for watching Empowered Now. If anything you heard today resonated with you and you want more, please like and subscribe so that you won't miss an upload. You can also follow me on social media at Colette Kati. And if you're interested in working with me more closely through coaching or other opportunities, go to my website, colettekati.com. It is my hope that you will continue to come back and experience for yourself the benefits of choosing an empowered life. Your feedback and your experience are very important to me, so please take a moment to connect with me in the comments below. Let me know your thoughts on today's episode, ideas for future topics, and ideas for guests that you would like to see. And as always, thanks for your time, support, and your courage to live empowered now.